Serangan Sea Buoys Dismantled. And government banks on students to preserve Indonesia's native languages. Okay, two interesting stories to start out with. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat siang. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is March 4th, 2025, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today? Just like usual, the other day, the last video, I said everything was wonderful, and of course it rained. Right now, it is 29.4 degrees Celsius at 9:30 in the morning, and the humidity is all the way up at 84%. Wind speed is 6.4 kilometers per hour, and it started out this morning when I got up at 6 o'clock. It was, well, just getting sunny, it was the morning, and it wasn't sunny. It was, well, dark and yuck. But it's gotten lighter, but hazy and cloudy. And with 84% humidity, what do you think's going to happen today? I'm not going to say. I hope wherever you are, the weather is better than it probably will be later today. Okay, lots of stuff today as usual, and so let's get into it. BTID affirms not to break promise. Buoy release requires mature coordination. PT Bali Turtle Island Development, BTID, confirmed that it did not break its promise regarding the release of the buoys in the lagoon of the Kura Bali Special Economic Zone, KEK. This process takes time because it must go through intensive coordination with various parties to ensure the safety and smooth running of the project. Yesterday, BTID released the buoys after receiving a guarantee from Bali Satpol PP and the Marine and Fisheries Resources Supervision of the Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fishery. This was done to ensure the security and safety of the work of the ongoing construction of the International Marina. The release of the buoys was followed by the installation of a project warning sign, which is scheduled to be completed on Thursday. The release of the buoys and the installation of the warning signs was a decision agreed upon in a meeting between BTID and many agencies, and I'm not going to name all of them, but including the Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fishery, and Satpol PP, and the Forestry and Environmental Service, and many others. And this story, of course, has gone viral, and there are various versions of it around. And one says that the Governor Koster, was directly involved in this and said, get rid of these. But in this story, no mention of the governor. Although the buoys have been removed, all parties hope that the community will continue to comply with applicable regulations. Satpol PP and PSDKP KKP are committed to assisting BTID in securing the area until the project warning signs are installed. Head of Communications PT BTID, Saki Hakim, explained that the previous installation of the buoys was aimed at ensuring the safety and security of all parties involved in activities around the project area, including workers, fishermen, and local residents. Security and safety factors are our top priority, considering that this international marina construction project involves work in water areas that require extra security. Therefore, we will continue to coordinate with related agencies, Zaki said. There was a meeting back in January 30th with all of the various parties involved in this, talking about why the buoys were there and how they were impacting the community, and that the community, the fishermen, were not happy with the way things were going. And those meetings have led up to the action yesterday of getting rid of the buoys and putting these warning signs on. BTID has met with 10 of the 13 fishermen groups representing around 400 coastal, open sea, coral reef, and seaweed farming fishermen. From the discussions, the majority of parties understand that the installation of the buoys was temporary and was aimed to maintain safety during the construction process. The Serangan fishermen representative said that the majority of fishermen still have access to around 20 kilometers of Serangan Island coastline, including the KEK area. Based on monitoring, only around 8 coastal fishermen occasionally carry out netting activities in the project area during certain seasons. We will continue to maintain communication with fishermen and the surrounding community, especially in terms of regulating access when there's construction or maintenance work in the KEK waters, said Zaki. Kura Bali is a special economic zone focused on quality tourism and creative industries. BTID affirms its commitment to responsible development that provides long-term benefits for local and global communities. Let's hope so, and we'll keep following up on this as there are more developments. Okay, and what about language? Language disappearing around the world is a huge issue, especially for anthropologists who are involved in studying this and for the local community. Government banks on students to preserve Indonesia's native languages. Indonesia is facing the potential disappearance of dozens of its regional languages, with the government intensifying efforts to preserve linguistic heritage through revitalization programs, particularly targeting students. According to the Language Development Agency of the Elementary and Secondary Education Ministry, the country has 718 regional languages and 778 dialects. Unfortunately, many languages in the eastern region, such as West Papua, Maluku, and North Maluku, are on the verge of extinction. Data shows that 11 native languages have already vanished and 26 more are endangered. Secondary Deputy Schools Minister Pak Atip emphasized that the importance of preserving the regional languages, which are integral to Indonesia's national identity and cultural heritage, needs to be taken care of. The government aims to revitalize 120 native languages by 2025 through a program launched in 2021 that initially covers West Java, Central Java, and South Sulawesi. This program has since expanded to all provinces, encompassing 144 languages. The focus is on school-aged children, primarily those in elementary and middle school, rather than older speakers. The 5-year roadmap developed by the government includes mother tongue-based education, a multilingual curriculum, and the use of digital platforms like social media and podcasts to promote local languages among youth. Local communities are expected to participate in preserving their linguistic heritage. UNESCO, which declared February 21st as International Mother Language Day in 1999, has long advocated for the use of regional languages in education. Their Global Education Monitoring Report indicates that 40% of children do not have access to education in their mother tongue, posing significant literacy barriers. According to the head of the ministry's Center for Education Standards and Policy, students learn more effectively when taught in their mother tongue, leading to better engagement and comprehension. Despite the initiative's benefits, challenges persist, including the shortage of trained teachers fluent in local languages, limited teaching materials, and the complexity of addressing numerous dialect variations. And many, many years ago, going back now, 43 years ago, I was a researcher on a bilingual education project in the San Francisco Bay Area. And one of the things we were looking at was how students responded to being taught in their native language and learning English as a second language. So this is an issue I've been involved with for a long time, and I hate to see local languages disappear off the map. So good luck with that project, but it's not going to be easy. And here's a follow-up on punk band Sukatani. Punk band Sukatani stares down police intimidation. You may remember this. I did this, 2 or 3 videos ago. The members of Central Java punk band Sukatani have firmly rejected an offer to serve as ambassadors of the National Police after reportedly facing months of pressure and intimidation over a song criticizing police corruption that culminated in the band removing it from streaming platforms last month. It is still easily available, though, and there is a link in the description if you want to go and listen to it. It's not the video one where they're performing in front of a crowd. It's audio and just a kind of an image of the two of them. But it's really is a catchy tune. The punk duo, consisting of a guitarist whose stage name is Electro Guy and the vocalist known as Twister Angel, announced their decision in a statement posted on Instagram on Saturday. It was their first public statement since experiencing a wave of support on social media from artists and rights activists who suspected that Sukatani had been pressured by the police into removing the song Buyer, Pay, and apologizing to the National Police Chief on February 20th. The two said on Saturday that they were still recovering from various incidents that they had experienced since July of last year. We've been subject to pressure and intimidation from the police until we issued the apology video, the band said. The incident caused us to suffer material and non-material losses, but the support and solidarity shown to us have made us stronger and unwilling to give up. Among the losses the band was referring to was Novi, Twister Angel, dismissal from her job as a teacher at an Islamic elementary boarding school in Central Java's Banjarnegara Regency. The school had initially claimed that she was fired because she had been caught not wearing a hijab outside of school grounds, but the band said this was not the case and that she'd been unfairly dismissed for being a member of Sukatani. The band members said that they've received multiple job offers since, including the one from the police to be ambassadors, but they said, we firmly reject the offers to be police ambassadors, while also hinting that they may be performing more quite soon. In this apology video, the duo showed their faces and revealed their full names in the video, despite their trademark of wearing full face masks during performances and media appearances. After Sukatani's apology video went viral, netizens and artists began rallying around the band, lamenting shrinking civic space in the country and showing support by posting on social media platforms the hashtag Kami Bersama Sukatani, we're with Sukatani, often followed by the acronym ACAB, standing for All Cops Are Bastards. Late last month, the Central Java Police opened an internal investigation into 6 officers who met with the band a few days before the punk duo issued their apology video. Central Java Police spokesperson said at the time that the investigation had been opened in response to a public complaint alleging that officers had committed an ethics violation and abused their power during the meeting. This case is now being handled by National Police's Internal Affairs Division. And the link for the song in the description. And roads are terrible in Bali. We all know that. And I've talked before about local communities and how they are getting their roads fixed. And sometimes, well, they just have to do it themselves. Back and forth requests for road repairs ignored. 4 kilometers of road in Lokapaksa Village in Buleleng patched up by self-help. And this has gone viral. It is all over local media. Annoyed because it had not been repaired, the people of Lokapaksa Village in Seririt District finally carried out independent repairs to the 4-kilometer road. The action was carried out on Sunday morning by dozens of local residents. It's known that the repaired road is included in the district road assets. The road is also the only access for Dusun Banjar, Pamasan, Tenga, Jero Agung, and Kambang Sari. It's also the route for local people to carry out daily activities and the economy in the area. The head of Pamasan Banjar said that his party, together with village government, had actually often conveyed the damaged condition of the road, which was included in the assets of Buleleng Regency, in the development planning meeting at the village level to the sub-district level. Although it was responded to in 2024 with a field inspection by relevant parties, it turns out that up until now, no follow-up, surprise, surprise, on the ground set budget limitations owned by the district government. There are often accidents on this road day and night, and 1 month there are 3 to 4 people who fall on the road. For 20 years now since it's been built, it has not been repaired at all, they said. Finally, the community chose to pool their funds to repair the road because it was the lifeblood of their community in these 4 hamlets that I mentioned. The funds collected were finally used Sunday, a couple of days ago, to patch the road up. If the public has to wait for clarity from the Buleleng Regency government, it is feared that the road will become even more destroyed, making it increasingly difficult for vehicles to pass. A member of the Buleleng Regency DPRD from the Seririt District said that this needed to be done. The road needed to be repaired. According to him, the Buleleng Regency government did not fulfill the mandate of Law 25 of 2004 concerning the National Development Planning System, which contains the principles of sustainability, equitable justice, community participation, and transparency. The community's action to repair the road is a form of spontaneity from the residents in response to the conditions they are facing. He hopes, with the new Buleleng Regent and Deputy Regent, I mentioned that the other day, that the Buleleng Regency government will pay attention to the damaged roads that are main access for residents. It is also expected that the local government can improve the investment climate in Buleleng in order to create a multiplier effect on regional income and improve the community's economy, which can also contribute to the development of Buleleng Regency. And so here's another case of the local community taking matters into their own hands because they just can't wait anymore for the local government to respond. Okay, that is it for today. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Always be kind. And take care. I will see you next time.